How do people do these things all the time? Talking to the camera when there's no one there. So weird. That van gotta be full of toys and cards tonight for tomorrow. Let's do it. The grid wall, like the purse, must go first. Then we got the big blue bins and the folding shelves. Then load everything else and forget to film the individual steps because you're just so locked in on getting it done. Hey, why is there a chair in my neighbor's yard? Always bring a sword with you too, because you don't know what kind of crazy people are gonna show up at these conventions. Stay strapped. Hey friends, it's John from Saleosaurus. We got another convention video. This time I'm vending at MightyCon New Orleans, also known as the New Orleans Comic Con. Bit of a strange event in my opinion. That's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just a little bit different. That's put on by a group of people called MC Conventions. They come in from out of town. I believe they bought the name, the New Orleans Comic Con, from, I guess, a group of local collectors that used to put on this New Orleans event, and now the New Orleans Comic Con is being put on by non-New Orleans people. Now, it was a beautiful day outside. Look at all these lovely clouds, and so of course I chose to spend the entire weekend cooped up in the Pontchartrain Center out in Kenner with a whole bunch of nerds. Again, that's complimentary. I do mean that as a positive thing. We out here. I don't know what we're doing. It's outside the convention center. I can't see anything because my glasses are fogged over. So let's take a walk through MightyCon New Orleans and see what they had on offer. This is the entrance, and right away you're going to notice it's a little bit odd. The Pontchartrain Center is doing some kind of major construction, so the two halls that normally get used by this event, A and B, are not available. So we have quite a lot of stuff out here in what's normally the lobby of the Pontchartrain Center. So they have this all blocked off so that you can only get in once you've paid admission. These folks were High Five Gaming, and they had some free consoles set up, as well as all of this sort of anime merch. Here we have a bit of a controversial booth, in my opinion. It's the Bootlegos. Now, these folks called them custom and compatible minifigs, but these are not Lego minifigures. Let me know what you think about those. I personally am not a fan, but you know, different strokes for different folks, I guess. I thought these murals up here were beautiful, showing some of the history of the area. But enough about that, let's get back to the pop culture items. I thought these folks had a very nice setup, and this was their first event. I feel like they did a great job for their first event, really better than a lot of people's 15th events. And then here is a man named Billy Slaughter. Got to meet him for the first time in Hattiesburg a while back. Talked to him for a little bit longer this time. Real nice fella, big fan of the Marvel cards, so, you know, I'm not going to have anything bad to say. Here we have a local artist, Robbie Musso, super friendly guy. Talked to him for a lot longer than the camera shows here. A couple of other great local artists that I'm not quite as familiar with, but obviously very talented. Here we have Quintessential Comics, a great local comics vendor. See him at a lot of the local shows, but I think this is the most space that I've ever seen him with. It was nice for him to be able to spread out. You know, he deserves it. He's a great guy. Now we have the first of 2 sword vendors at this convention. I do like a sword, you know. I can't say that I don't like a sword, but I don't know if that we needed 2 different sword vendors. So normally this is where the actual con would begin. You know, this would be the main room with all the vendors and everything, but we've already been seeing vendors. So here we have some lightsabers here. Looked like some nice stuff. I know multiple people showed me something that they had bought from that booth, so they must have had some good stuff. We got some crochet folks there. I believe there was at least 3 crochet vendors at this convention. This is one of the better comics vendors that was here. This is a fellow that travels around. My buddy Trey talked to him for a while and had a lot of nice things to say about him. This is a vendor I see a lot. They've always got comics, cards, and figures. This is the vendor that I bought those Middle-earth cards from at the Louisiana Card Con. Some really nice pottery here. I wish I had gotten better footage of that. Now this footage was taken on Sunday. Sundays, you know, always lesser numbers than Saturdays, but there were still a lot of people and a lot of really excited folks to be at this event. This is something that I always have a hard time coming to terms with. This event seems to bring out a lot of people who only go to this event. It's like this is the only comic convention that's within 10 miles of their house, so this is where they go. And look, I'm the type of guy who doesn't like to leave his house any more than he has to, right? But sometimes you gotta get outside your comfort zone. You know, you gotta spread your wings and fly. I do love this gigantic battle droid. This was one vendor who had, I think, 9 tables. They had cards, holographic prints, comics, Funko Pops. Pretty much had you covered on anything you could possibly want. And here in the back of the room are the celebrities. There was several actors from different Power Rangers incarnations, as well as a couple of reality TV stars who I wasn't familiar with, but I did get to meet them early on in the day on Saturday, and they were some delightful folks. So, you know, just a nice bunch of people to visit with and I guess be excited to see in person. This is one of the only other toy booths, you know, besides my own, run by a really nice fellow named Wayne. He's local, always has a great selection of He-Man stuff and bootleg imports and just a lot of great stuff. We have another great local vendor, Willie's Comics. Buy comics from them on the regular. And then here we have another toy vendor. This is Map of Lost Treasures by Jason. And he's always got a lot of cool stuff. If you're the type that likes to get down and dig in a bin and just hope to find something great, this is your type of booth. He's going to have at least 8 different bins full of stuff that he may not have even looked at yet. So next time you're at a local show and you want to, you know, get down and get dirty and dig, you know, not actually dirty, but just like, you know, the proverbial dirty, this is the place to go. I did end up picking up something from this booth, but you're gonna have to wait until the end to see what it was. Definitely a lot more 3D printing and crochet items than I typically like to see at one of these events. Not putting any shade on any particular vendor, you know, I'm sure they were all just trying to bring the best stuff that they could. But, you know, you gotta curate a little better than that, at least in my opinion. What do you think about that? Are you a big fan of, you know, the 3D printed stuff? Or maybe you collect hand crocheted items? Let me know about that. This is another booth that I believe travels with the convention. I'm not 100% sure if that's the case, but they always have a nice selection of Japanese imported products, statues, blind boxes, plush, and even snacks, which, you know, I think is a really nice touch. And this was a vendor I hadn't seen before. He had a lot of custom-made items, coasters, bags, wallets, even jackets. It's called After 30. You should probably check them out if you haven't seen them before. Of course, I got the best footage of my own booth. I recorded this on Saturday, right before the doors opened, so mostly the stuff hasn't been touched or messed with. You know, there's a couple magnets missing, maybe a pack or two. I was pretty happy with the way things turned out, though, and I'd love to know what you think. We had a little bit more space than we paid for in this booth. I didn't actually take the time to measure it, but it was definitely bigger than a 10 by 20. Plenty of room to spread the toys out and kind of let them breathe, you know, let them feel the air on their plastic skin. Here's the comics that Trey brought. When we do these types of shows, a lot of times I'll have Trey bring the comics and I'll handle the toys, and you know, it's a tag team effort. And that was MightyCon. It's a very unique con as far as cons that I vend at on a regular basis. It's the only one like it, and that's to say that, well, most of the local shows, the sort of smaller to medium-sized shows, they're more like collector focused. It's like run by people who, the reason they started a convention was because they loved toys and comics and you know, collecting things, and so they were really, more than putting on a con, they wanted a better place to buy and sell the collectibles that they love so much, right? Whereas this one feels, it's much more targeted at, I guess, just convention goers. Like, that seems like such a weird thing to say, but it's like people who are just looking to go to a comic con, you know, like you're not there because you collect vintage toys and you're looking for ones, or because you want to look for the specific comic book. You're there because you want to attend a comic convention and have that experience. All weekend we were interacting with people who were having a great time just being at this convention that was so different from all the others. So after all, you know, all that said, let's check out the stuff that I brought home. And while it wasn't a huge amount of items, I'm pretty happy with what I got. So the first thing I bought was this Bloodshot comic book. Now, if you've been keeping up with the channel, which you probably haven't, and that's okay, you would know that I've been slowly putting together a run of the original Bloodshot comics, mostly as an excuse to look at comic books when I'm out and about with my friend Trey. But this was one that I needed. It was $2, so I bought it. Still in the comic book world, we have some comics that I didn't know I needed until I saw them, and it's these Married with Children Kelly Bundy covers. So I'm going to do a better job of showing you those than I did the Bloodshot comic. Sorry, Bloodshot. The first one we got is this Married with Children First Christmas Special with a giant center spread poster. This is just that one comic, but this next group is Married with Children number 1 through 3, and it's the Kelly Bundy special. We got number 1, and we got number 3. She's having a birthday, but I actually haven't seen the cover to number 2 yet, so let's check it out together for the first time. I got these from my friend Trey, who was there vending with me. You know, one of the nice things about vending with somebody is that you get to see everything that they're going to sell before they offer it to anybody else. And here's the cover for number 2. All right, well, that's not that different from the others, you know, but hey, it's Kelly Bundy, so I'm pretty happy. All right, and the final thing that I picked up at this convention, and this was definitely the biggest purchase, and that was this Dino Riders Triceratops. This little guy is a little bit of a project. We got a very nice and working action feature dinosaur here to start with. We got a pile of parts, a lot of them are broken, and we also got both of the actual Dino Riders here, including all of their little tiny pieces that they come with. So, you know, I'm not really close to it being complete, and it's probably going to be very, very time consuming and expensive to get all the parts that I'm missing, but that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes you just want to take on a new project, and that's what this was. So finally, we gotta open some cards, and I didn't buy any cards at this show, so I have these 2 packs of your favorite photo cards or stickers. Now, I did not know what these were until very recently. These are made by Donruss, but they're actually repacks of sometimes other companies' cards. So I don't know what's going to be in them. I know some of what can be in them. So I guess I have 3 packs, 4 packs. I don't know. My intention is to open 2 of these, just in case. But I guess if the first 2 are bad, then we'll open 3. All right, I'll start with this yellow one, and then we'll kind of counter order it. So hopefully I did a good job of showing you what MightyCon was like from the perspective of a vendor. It's a show that we do every year, and we do it happily because we always make a good bit of money. We always have a good time. There's lots of really excited people there. So if you're around, I say give it a shot. They always have interesting guests, and I'll probably be there. So if nothing else, you can come say hey to me, and I'll give you a pack of cards or something. I don't know. Okay, so we got Knight Rider. Whoa. Okay, so I've never opened a pack of Knight Rider cards before, and Donruss has my back. So we got the dashboard of Kit. What is this? This is 1982. So already I'm thrilled with this pack of like repack cards. We got Michael Knight, David Hasselhoff, dude's huge in Germany. Okay, we're a puzzle on the back. We got another David there. Oh, I don't know this guy's name. Don't know. Not Mr. Feeney. We got this is the Damsel Rider. I'm not sure. Nice action shot, and a very frowny dude on a telephone. It's a big deal. Back in 1982, having a phone on an airplane would have been a really big deal. All right, well, let's keep going. Let's see what else we got here. Could be more Knight Rider, could be, I don't know. I don't remember what all the possibilities are. Okay, moment of truth. Tron. Okay, I do remember Tron being a possibility. I've opened a bunch of Tron cards, got a lot of duplicates, so I probably don't have most of these. I mean, already this is a great, like, hero shot of Tron. That'll make a great magnet. We got one of the games there. Let's see if we can tell what's going on. Looks kind of like the highlight type, you know, squash type game where they have the big scooper thing on their arm. There's Tron. He's Tron him. Alright. There's the big CPU bad guy. I think all of the backs of the Tron are puzzle pieces. There's a recognizer. Now, I guess the Knight Rider pack did not have a sticker in it, and it doesn't seem like this one does either. So I guess maybe somebody was keeping all the stickers from all of these unwanted packs of cards. Alright, we'll do one more pack of these, your favorite photo cards or stickers. Repacks from Donruss. We've gotten Knight Rider, we've gotten Tron. This is a thinner pack like the Knight Rider one was, so maybe that's what that means. Not guaranteed to be mint either, look at that. It's like somebody ran that one over or something. Okay, we're Knight Rider again. We got Michael and I still don't know that guy's name. He's on the back of a plane. You're supposed to be a rider of a car, not a plane, dude. Okay, he's talking into his radio wristwatch, maybe communicating with Kit. Kit's trying to be a horse there. We got a beautiful lady on a TV screen, and we got Michael Knight dashing into action, jumping out of his beautiful car. Unfortunately, that card is not doing well. Well, thanks for hanging out with me while I walked around at MightyCon and showed you what it was like setting up and vending there. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll come back next time. Let me know what you thought of the show. If you were there, who were you? What did you buy something from me? If not, why not? What did I do?